Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Igloo Cinema, and this episode we're reviewing Transformers Age of Extinction, starring Mark Wahlberg, Nicola, Peltz, and Stanley Tucci. So, like I said earlier, this is the review for Transformers Age of Extinction. This movie is directed by Michael Bay once again, and it's about a bunch of robots fighting each other, and shit happens. If you want to know the full synopsis, it's going to be in the description box down below. Now, like I said in my trailer review of the Transformers Age of Extinction trailer, I had some hopes for this movie, because it seemed like Michael Bay was toning down the sexism, the racism, and just trying to tell an awesome, cool Transformers movie. And in some part, Michael Bay did accomplish that. There is less sexism in this movie, there is less racism, and there are less offensive characters in this movie. Although there is a small one that's still kind of annoying. There's also like an Asian samurai Transformer who seems like it's on the verge of racism, but not really. And Nicola Peltz is a sex symbol in this movie. Quite a number of ass shots. Her in abundance of short shorts, but it's not as bad as Megan Fox or Rosie what's her face in the third one. So he does keep at a minimum, but it's still there. Unfortunately, the main problem with this movie is it's just too fucking long. It's 2 hours and 40-something minutes. That's basically 3 fucking hours of a bunch of robots fighting each other. Now, if this movie had just 40 minutes of robots fighting each other, I would have been fine with that. But 2 hours of the same shit, and it just becomes ridiculous. I mean, the first 40 minutes, I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, Transformers are back, from robots fighting and shit. And then the fighting just went on and on and on for 2 hours and 40 minutes, and I'm just sitting here bored. The movie's just basically a bunch of robots fighting each other, metal parts flying everywhere. One of the main problems, once again, that I've always had with Transformers movies is all the robots look the same, no color difference, and even with Bumblebee and Optimus Prime, most of the time it's just a blur of metal crap. So even with like the distinctive Autobots like Bumblebee and Optimus Prime, it still doesn't really make much of a difference. The bad guy is fucking silver. You know, a lot of the Autobots have some color, but they're mostly silver, and they're just transforming and crashing into buildings. You know, rubble fucking everywhere. You don't care about the human characters, but the thing is, you know, another big problem with Michael Bay's Transformers movies is he focuses on the human characters. Like, we don't give a fuck about the human characters, we want the Transformers. And in some part in this movie, they do focus a little bit more on the Transformers, but once again, Mark Wahlberg, they have to make him a badass, they have to have him included in the big final fight, even though, obviously, Optimus Prime is the big robot. He's supposed to fight the other big robot. Why are you putting like a human character fighting a big gigantic robot? It's fucking stupid. And even with the stuff happening with the human characters, you don't even give a shit at all. I mean, Optimus Prime is kind of badass. The Dinobots are really underused, even though they really hyped it up in the trailers. And it just becomes a tiresome movie, because like, it just never ends. Like, there are moments in the movie where we're like, oh, this would have been a great time to end it, but nope. Gotta add in more shit, Michael Bay. And you know, Megatron is sort of in this movie, but not really. And this whole bounty hunter character really was one of the main reasons why this movie was so long. Because if you just focused on Galvatron instead of focused on this other character, I feel like the movie would have been a lot better. But unfortunately, they have to have this and they have to have that, and they don't focus on one thing, they focus on another thing, and just the movie's all over the place. And while it's all over the place, it's just, in the background, there's just buildings fucking exploding. It's bloody ridiculous, because there isn't technically a story. I mean, there's a story sprinkled on, but you don't really give a shit. And you shouldn't give a shit, because Michael Bay doesn't allow you to give a shit. He doesn't make it compelling. He's like, here's a bunch of robots fighting. And I've repeated that many times in the review, just a bunch of robots fighting. And that's just the main problem with this movie. I do like this better than the second one, because the second one was full of racism, full of sexism, very offensive characters, and just stupidness all over the place. And this movie has some stupidness. It's a Michael Bay movie, but it is kept at a minimum, more focused on the action and stuff. So I can give it respect for it being better than the second one. But as for the third one, it's about the same. The first one will always be the best one. I think the first one's still a pretty good movie, in my opinion. But the other ones are pure crap. And yeah, just the main problem with this movie, it's too fucking long. Like, the other movies weren't that long. Like, what are you trying to do, Michael Bay? Like, this, I mean, oh my god. I mean, Age of Extinction, this is the extinction of the Transformers movies. Because there's a hint at the end of the movie that for a fifth one, I'm just like, oh, is the fifth one gonna be 3 hours and 30 minutes long? Like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, oh my god. Like, by the hour and 30 minutes mark, you're just like, oh Jesus. So, yeah, basically the review, that's it. I mean, tough. So that's it for my review of Transformers Age of Extinction. Overall, the main problem with this movie is it's too long, and there's basically no story whatsoever. It's just 2 hours of robots fighting. I mean, if you're into that stuff, I guess, but I really don't think you want to watch 2 hours and 40 minutes of that crap. But if you really want to check it out, check it out. I think it's better than the second one, but it's really not worth your time, especially in 3D or AVX or whatever the fuck you want to, just, if you really want to watch it, wait for it to come on DVD, or use other means to watch it, or watch it in regular, because don't waste your money at all. But if you want to waste your money, at least, waste it at the very minimum. So, yeah, let's give it a score. Transformers Age of Extinction, like it better than the second one, on par with the third one, not compared to the first one, so final score is 4 out of 10. It's just crap. Full of dumb crap. So if you guys watched this movie, please give your review down below. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Why or why not? Tell me your opinion down below. We'll always love to read them. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, please like it. If you like it even more, please favorite it. Like it even more, please share it. Subscribe to the channel for updated content. Also subscribe to our personal channels. We have other stuff there too. And yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next Igloo Cinema, Black Couch, or whatever. Later.